Do you guys think you're getting close to a complete game here as a team, or how do you see it working toward it? What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's been a lot of improvement over the last 5 or so games. Obviously, the last 2 games, really, I think we've had really good stretches. Obviously, in Detroit, the last, I think it was the second half of that second period, and the third, obviously, did what we did. And then this kind of start throughout the middle of the game through Minnesota did the same thing. But I think we are still looking for that full 60. I think we've gotten very close to it, and we just got to stay and trust our structure and our commitment to it, and we will.
How's the adjustment back to North America been?
A lot easier than going there, to be honest. There's been some nice days. Obviously, the one day was really crappy here, raining, but it's been nice. I've been sitting outside a lot, getting a lot of sunlight, trying to just get used to the time change and everything like that. And it's been a lot easier coming here than it was going there for sure.
The lack of sun really did seem to bother you, like the 2 hours less over there, right? Like, is sun important to you? I mean, I guess it's important to everybody really, but like from an athlete's perspective.
Well, I think, the more sun, I think anyone would say the more sunlight you get, the probably happier you are. I think it's a pretty known cause that the darkness sometimes maybe causes depression or something like that. So, it's definitely nice to have sunlight, see it, be around it, and get used to it. Is that a fact? You're a college guy. I don't know. That's true, no? Is that not? I swear, if it's like rainy and moody, it's like more depressed city.
The sun's good for you.
Yeah, I know, exactly. That's why I'm saying I like the sun. You want to be interviewed? Get over here then. Talking about the sun. My wife's a science person. I'm not. Ask her.
Hope you like the star too.
Yeah.
Zeus happy to see you?
Yeah, of course. He was thrilled, so it was nice. I had some one-on-one time with him a couple days ago, and had a hell of a day with the man. So he was pretty thrilled when I got home, and was waiting for me at the airport. So it was nice to see him, obviously.
400 career assists. Like, what stands out about that number when you hear it?
Had a lot of great players that I've played with that have helped me obviously accomplish that. That doesn't happen just by yourself. So been pretty lucky to have some great line mates in this organization, and big help to them, big kudos to them for helping me achieve it.
You saw a lot of Bedard in that first game against Chicago. Like, what stood out in that matchup?
Yeah, it's a while ago now I kind of think of, but obviously just his looseness, his shot, just him finding plays and finding late guys through the seams. So you got to make sure you're trying to double when you can, trying to make sure we're not giving odd man rushes or, risking plays to give them the other looks the other way. That's what they want. So for us, it's going to be making sure that we're trying to be smart with our pucks, trying to stay above and make sure we try to slow their speed down.
You never want to take penalties, but the slash on Eric's neck, is it good to stand up for yourself at some points there and hit back?
I don't know. It's one of those ones that you're kind of pissed off at yourself for doing. I don't like doing that because it shows anger and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't think you can ride a guy like a horse, so I kind of lost my cool. It's something that I don't like doing, like I just said, but sometimes I guess the switch kind of flips on you. So just very happy our kill got the job done there and did it without me and did the job that I took a stupid penalty on.
Does the penalty kill feel like it's coming together too? They didn't allow a power play goal over there, so.
Yeah, I think it's definitely trending in the right ways. Those 2 power plays we played against have a lot of skill and a lot of firepower on them, both teams. So I thought we did a very good job of limiting a lot of chances around our net. Goalies made big saves when we needed them to, and D-man made some big blocks. Forwards had some good sticks and good denying of entries, and I think also we were rolling the lines over pretty well on that. So every killer that was out there was pretty fresh.
Are you guys as a whole, are you getting closer to a complete game here? Do you think, from 60 minutes? I know that's a bit of a loose.
Yeah. I think that's the goal. I think.
What does that look like? I guess.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. I think that over the course of a year, I don't know how often you're going to hear us or hear the coach talk about how great of an effort that was over 60 minutes. I think that there's always going to be room for improvement, or there's always going to be that you leave wanting more almost always, even when you win and play well. But ultimately, that's the goal. Both as a team and as individuals, you want to play your absolute best for the entirety of the game. But that's very difficult. So it's always going to be a work in progress, and it's always going to be something that we're striving to do.
How's the time adjustment been coming back?
It's been easy coming back. I don't think there's been too many issues.
Is it good to have an afternoon game kind of on the
Yeah.
same time, or how do you approach it?
I don't think that's the way we're looking at it. I mean, we're back now. We're not gonna, talk about the time change or travel or anything like that. We're back here. We're back playing our normal schedule, and but in general, afternoon games can be fun. We don't get many of them, so no, we're looking forward to it.
Does playing with Auston, you practice all the time before you help you prepare a bit for facing a guy like Dart tomorrow? I'm not comparing the two of them, but there is that similarity of the shot and the release. We saw Dart do it again last night. Can that help at all?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we have a lot of really good players on our team, so playing against them in practice is always good and helpful and challenging. But I think specifically what you're talking about, the shot and changing the angle and the release points and stuff like that. We have experience with that just practicing against Austin. But obviously Connor, has it going well right now. So it's important that we're aware when he's out there and trying to make it tough on him.
Tavares had mentioned that his elusiveness and hockey sense stands out to him even more than the shot. Like when you were going up against him, you saw a lot of him in that first game in October a while ago now, but what did you notice?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of that, his shot, his hockey sense, obviously, and that just the whole kind of package. I think he can beat you in many different ways, and he's a unique player. So again, we're going to look to make things hard on him and just be aware when he's on the ice.
November's almost over. Who's got the best goal on the team through this month, would you say? You can say yourself. Too.
No, I like TJ's. He tends to do this every year, so he always gets a good look going.
It looks weird when it starts, though.
I know. He looks very different.
Yeah. Adjustment, been back to North American time and all that.
Yeah, I think it's been pretty good. I think it's a little bit easier coming back than maybe going there, but a couple days to just kind of get recuperated and a couple good practice days. So hopefully we're able to hit the ground running tomorrow.
Does it feel to you that the team game is coming together over the last 4 or 5 games?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's always easy to say that when you have the results as well, but I definitely think there's certain things that maybe we're lacking earlier on in the season that we've been able to clean up and at least improve in those areas. And we can always be better, but it's never perfect. And as long as you're taking the right steps, it's obviously a positive thing.
And part of that also is special teams. The penalty kill in particular is pretty good in Sweden.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
playing with Rielly over there on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I think, you just got to make sure you're taking care of your own, what we're supposed to be taking care of out there. And, but yeah, I think there's a lot of positive things there on the penalty kill. And, that was obviously a bit of a weakness for us, a tough stretch of games. And special teams are just so important with, there's just so many good teams, so many good players. So, those are really key moments in the games, and when you can kind of tilt the ice towards your side, it's always best.
Yeah, Austin, is Connor Dart doing about what you expected he would do in the first month or so here?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously a special player, and I think sometimes it takes time, and obviously he's maybe found himself in a bit of a heater right now, and I think it's when you're seeing the puck go in, it's always, gives you a lot of confidence, but sometimes it takes time, and it's always an adjustment. And I think it's just a constant back and forth, I guess, with the league and how teams start to adjust to you, and then how you start to, kind of figure that out as well. But he's obviously a special player, and, he's going to be able to figure that out.
Speaking of Connor, you're about to get Timmins back based on the good season that he had. How much are you guys looking forward to seeing him get healthy?
Yeah, for sure. It's been good to see him in practice. I think he's had a couple good weeks, being out there and kind of getting acclimated. It's tough when you have that time off and, not skating that team setting and those competitive kind of atmospheres. So I think he's looked really good, and I'm sure he's excited to get back in. And, as are we to see him. Like you said, he had a really good preseason. He's put in a lot of work, over his time being injured, but also in the summer. He put in a lot of work, so I'm looking forward to getting him back.
When you look back at your rookie season compared to what Connor was going through now, do you feel sort of fortunate that you had so many young players like breaking in at the same time, Mitch and Willie and Connor Brown and other guys like that?
Yeah, I think we had a nice mix of guys. I think a lot of us really lean on some of the veteran guys, though, and in different circumstances. But it was nice to just kind of, all be going through similar things in our first year and getting to experience all these, new things that the NHL, is. And so, that was obviously fun. But I think it was just important for us to have good veterans around. It just kind of shows through us.
That first game against Chicago, you saw a lot of Bedard your line. We know the shot gets a lot of attention, but do you notice anything else when you were in that matchup with him that stood out?
Yeah, I think he skates really well, and obviously his IQ. He's got very, very good IQ, and he's not just a pure goal scorer. I think he makes plays as well. So I think he kind of does everything really well, but his shot obviously stands out. But I think there's lots of little things in there that he does that made me go unnoticed.
November is winding down. You're kind of the expert. Anyone around the room impressed you with the mows they've been able to grow this month?
Yeah, a couple of the staff have looked pretty good. A lot of the staff, actually. And Morgan Rielly gave us a little last week mustache. So there's been some good ones in here, but I'd have to credit the staff for their work. They've got some pretty good ones in there.
Who's the best of them?
I know Paul Ayoade looks pretty good. Yeah, he doesn't really sport the facial hair quite often, so when he gets the opportunity, the guys have been giving it to him pretty good. So I think it looks great.
Sheldon, you said today would be the better indicator for you in terms of where the team's at coming off the trip. What was your sense?
Yeah, I thought energy was still good here today. Another good, short but hard practice, like the pace and tempo of where the guys are at, and I think we're excited to get playing games.
Are you concerned about Yarncroft's availability for the weekend?
I mean, enough concern that we didn't skate him today. Here, we sent him to get some imaging done just to be sure. Obviously took that puck yesterday, and they didn't love how it was looking and feeling today. So sent him for imaging, but the news has been positive here so far. So he'll come with us on the trip and be a game time decision for tomorrow.
Sean, we hear like full 60 a lot. Like, the team strives for that. Are you getting close to that? I know that's hard to attain over a long stretch. Are you getting closer to that in the game overall, do you think?
Yeah, I think, especially on the defensive side of things, I mean, when you say full 60, I mean, you're talking about perfection, which is really, really difficult to attain. But I do think our defensive process has been far better, which is give us a chance to really win every game. I thought early in the season, a lot of times we were beating ourselves with some of the mistakes we were making. I feel like that has improved dramatically, and we're in a good place there. We're going to need that to continue, obviously. But in terms of the overall game and carrying play and having good segments of each period over the course of 60 minutes, I don't think we've done that yet. And I think we had really good moments, enough good moments to be in games and give ourselves a chance to win. But I don't feel like we've had good segments of all three periods in a game. I think we've recovered well and all those sorts of things, but the defensive play has improved significantly, which is why we've been getting the points we have.
Connor Timmins available for you tomorrow?
He's preparing to play. We'll use every second we have before making that final decision on him. But it's been a good couple of weeks here for him now, and that's what we're anticipating. But we won't make that decision until tomorrow.
How does the look of your D change when he comes in the lineup?
I think there's, in terms of what we think he can provide with the puck moving and getting the puck to the net, similar to what Klingberg, his strengths are. Timmins would help us on the power play as well. So I think having more mobility and puck movement and some offensive contributions can help us for sure. So it changes the look of it. Legas and Benoit have done a really good job for us in some defensive roles and giving us really good minutes, helping our penalty kill and stabilizing that for us. Timmins is a different look, and the other part of it is getting a right shot in there, which I think is important in terms of moving the puck and being a little more fluid with ourselves offensively in all three zones. Having that right shot will help there too.
Mitch was upset with himself for the penalty he took, slashing on Eric's neck. But do you see any value in him standing up for himself in that situation, similar to how Nylander did it with the roughing penalty last year, or is that just a bad? Can't do it.
I mean, you don't like that one, and you don't love that one because it's so obvious and apparent. But you do love guys competing and holding their ground and standing up for themselves. So sometimes you got to take those and you got to kill them, which is exactly what we did. Yeah, you want to try to find a way that you can do it without maybe the officials noticing. But sometimes you do got to hold your ground and all that kind of stuff and stay in the fight. And in that case, I liked it, especially that we got the kill.
Back to Sammy tomorrow, then Joseph?
Yes, that's the plan.
You mentioned yesterday Klingberg's status hasn't changed. Just to clarify, what is his status like day to day, week to week? Like, what is
Yeah.
it?
Status is that he's working through things to determine what's going to be the next steps for him.
What's been your sense of Reeves as he's kind of waited for his next chance?
Yeah, he's just been able to try to maximize the days that we've had. Obviously, we haven't played a lot of games, so he hasn't missed a ton of game action. You know, when you look at it relative to the period of time it's been since he's last played. So it's just about maximizing the practice reps, and he's had a couple of good days of practice here. You know, and he's a part of our team. He's an important part of our team. He's a presence around our room, and he's continued to keep a good attitude, which we've loved. And he's a professional all the way through. He recognizes that the team's responded well here in the last little bit. You know, but we still recognize that he's a piece of our team that we've got to make sure we're continuing to maximize every day that he gets to keep him ready.